Tax Justice Ghana, a civil society organization in Ghana's tax administration sector, has in a report indicated that Ghana has lost over $40 million annually since 2015 due to trade misinvoicing. According to Global Financial Integrity, a Washington, D.C. based research and advocacy firm, states Ghana has lost $368 million over the 10-year period between 2005 and 2014. This, according to the report, has caused citizens to be deprived of provision of social amenities such as good roads, hospitals, and public schools, amongst others. Trade misinvoicing is a method for moving money illicitly across borders, which involves deliberately misreporting the value of a commercial transaction on an invoice submitted to customs. According to the co-chair of the Citizens Movement Against Corruption, Adam Senanu, the fact that Ghana is estimated to have lost almost $400 million between 2005 and 2014 is worrying, and not much has been done about it.
As long as there is money being lost to the state, it's an issue of concern. And as I understand it, these are assessments done based on a reference that in some cases is an international reference point of categorizing products and then saying that for this product, this is the level of taxation that should be applied. Whether it is human or it is automatically done, these assessments can go wrong. And where there is a human intervention and people choose to use a far lower assessment, yes, then we lose a lot of money to the state. It's an area that requires a lot more robust monitoring and checking so that resources that should be entering the public purse are available for development purposes.
Adam Senanu says a recent investigation at the country's trading ports points to possible collusion between some officials of the Ghana Revenue Authority and actors of trade misinvoicing.
Yeah, invariably, you cannot take advantage of these things without there being a network of people. So whether it's the agent, the clearing agent, doing it on behalf of a client, but also conversant of the officers in the system who manage it. The invoices cannot happen without there being usually some, as it were, network of people working together to try and defraud the state, you know. So, yes, in most cases, you'll find that there are a number of people at different points working together to have this done. And so, yeah, if you have some investigative units looking at it, you will then be able to, as it were, follow the money trail and identify who's involved in any of these such actions.
According to an economist and tax expert with the Institute of Fiscal Studies and a lecturer at the University of Ghana Economics Department, Dr. Edu Owusu-Sarkodie,
some individuals either under-invoice or underestimate their profit levels or whatever their items are worth, just so they can pay less taxes or less levies on those items, which is not good. It is the same as talking about a tax evasion and tax avoidance. These are the leakages in the system. This is the corrupt practice that has been bedeviling the country, that has been, leading into the low levels of revenue that we generate in the country.
On the various sources of illicit financial flows identified in Ghana, lead researcher of civil society group Tax Justice Ghana, Geoffrey Ocansey, says deliberate misinvoicing in merchandising trade and leakages in the balance of payments are employed. But trade misinvoicing is a common measurable means for shifting funds in and out of developing countries illicitly, including Ghana. Ghana has been selected as host country for the Secretariat of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. The AfCFTA, a flagship program of the African Union, is an agreement of African countries to create a single market covering the entire African continent with a total population of about 1.3 billion. President of the Ghana Institution of Freight Forwarders, Eddie Akron, is concerned with the expected increase in trade volumes due to the coming into force of the AfCFTA. Ghana might lose 3 times the revenue currently lost to trade misinvoicing.
It could be either under invoicing or over invoicing. Okay, it's been a long-standing canker. The difficulty is that the trader actually is the main source of whatever information we get. So basic documents that we collect from a trader before we start any documentation, any clearing process is your bill of lading, your invoice, and a packing list. Okay, so the trader is the basic source. As to where he gets the invoice from, how this invoice is done, is going to be very difficult to explain.
He suggests measures that can be put in place to deal with it.
Government has a way of tracking how much exactly, the amount actually paid for the goods, which is a very difficult thing because everybody has a different source of supply. But then there has to be, the averages have to be in there so that you will have a guide, and that's why we apply for valuation. Although, the importer brings his invoice, it is not taken on face value. We actually apply to customs so that the valuation is done by customs. So they either confirm or reject the value that you have.
Adam Sinano wants stakeholders in Ghana's customs sector to pay more attention so as to introduce effective measures to deal with the situation.
This is something that needs some stakeholder discussion. Because recently I was just noting that the Africa Free Trade Continental Area was supposed to take off this month, but it's unable to do so because many of the African countries have not sorted out the customs arrangements. I think I saw something like that in the last 24 hours. And I think that part of that arrangement is supposed to be reducing the cost of transfer and movement of goods and services across borders, which means that if not managed well, that can also have markets flooded and people can lose money and the state too can lose money. The simplest form usually is just to have robust monitoring systems.
Ghana, as host country for the Secretariat of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, has given the Tema Trade Harbour, one of West Africa's busiest trade ports, a facelift to accommodate the expected increase in trade volumes. However, Dr. Edu Owusu-Sarkodie has warned the government to tighten loopholes and introduce stringent measures to curb trade misinvoicing.
One of the ways to stop it is to come in with punitive measures. First of all, we must make sure that there's no avenue for somebody to under-invoice or misinvoice. Meaning that if you go digitization, if the item is 100, by the time it gets to Ghana, it's the same 100 recorded on the device. Nobody somewhere can sit down and under-invoice or misinvoice it. So the digitization is key. And digitization should be linked to revenue generation. That is second. And the third one is the punitive measures. We must make sure that we punish people severely to the extent that nobody will even dream of, embarking on such a corrupt practice like that, which would, eventually affect our revenue generation.
Africa, with a combined gross domestic product of about $3 trillion, trade misinvoicing, if not checked, could cause Ghana to lose huge revenues, running into millions of dollars annually in trade revenues.